Hello everyone, welcome to the last lab section for ARENA simulation software. In this session, we will first talk about input analyzer. There are a lot of details that you have to specify completely to define a working simulation model. Probably you think first of logical aspects of the model, like what the entities and the resources are, how entities enter and maybe leave the model, the resources they needed, the paths they follow, and so on. These kinds of activities may be called structure modeling, since they lay out the fundamental logic of what you want your model to look like and do. You have also noticed that there are other things in specifying a model that are more numerical or mathematical in nature. There are 4 steps required to use the input analyzer to fit a properly distribution to your data for use as an input to your model. First step, create a text file containing the data values. Second step, fit one or more distribution to the data. Third step, select which distribution you would like to use. The last step, copy the expression generated by the input analyzer into the appropriate field in your ARENA model. Let's open an empty Excel file. Since I don't have any data, so I will generalize some random data value. One thing I want to mention is that please make sure that the Analyze Toolpack is being installed. So let's go to here, find the option, and then choose Add in. Go, and click this one, and click OK. Now let's go to the data toolbar, and now you would able to see the data analyze tools. Let's click here. Then we can select a random number generation, then select OK. So then we can have the number of variables as 15, and the numbers of random value as 10. And for the distribution, we can select normal. And for the mean, we can select 1. For the standard deviation, we can select 2. And then we can click output arrange, choose a cell, choose it here. Then click OK. Here are my random variables. Next step is to save this file. Let's save it. And make sure that you select text MS docs, then save it. Let's check if it shows the correct value. Let's open the file to see how it looks like. This is how the input data value looks like. Please make sure that between 2 numbers there exists one space. Another thing is that please make sure that this is the dot, not the comma. Let's open the ARENA software. So let's go to the toolbar. Then click Input Analyzer. This is the input analyzer. We can go use this button to create a new one, or just click this one to create a new input. Then we can use this button to add our data. Let's find here. Click Open. Now you can see a graph which is automatically generated. You can see your data summary here, such as sample mean and sample deviation. Then you can fit your data into a distribution function. How to do it? You can click the fit toolbar. Then here exists some beta, exponential, gamma. Let's try gamma here. In the bottom, it shows you the value that you can define a gamma distribution. The most efficient way is that use the fit all, then the ARENA software will automatically try any other distribution to find a better curve which can fit the data most. So for now, we can see that the best distribution is a Weibull, and these are the Weibulls value. Another way to find a better curve is to go to the window and find the fit all summary. For now, you can see the ARENA fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 distribution. And then we can find a distribution which has a smaller value in the SQ error. What you can do with this curve, you can just copy this expression function, then paste in the create module. There exists two measurements of distributions fit to the data are the chi-square text and the K-as-Goodman text, which is shown here. The most important value is the p-value. For the p-value, it's always between 0 and 1. The larger p-value represents this curve fits this data better. Corresponding p-values less than about 0.05 indicates that the distribution is not a good fit. Your first critical decision is whether to use a theoretical distribution or an empirical one. Examining the results of the K-as and the chi-square test can be helpful. If the p-values for one or more distributions are fairly high, for example, larger than 0.1, then you can use the theoretical distribution and have a fair degree of confidence that you are getting a good representation of the data. If the p-values are low, you may want to use an empirical distribution to do a better job to calculate the data.